Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode. We really appreciate you joining us. Here is your host.
Hey creators, my name is Rolain and welcome to the Writers Creator Space. And today I am so excited about the topic that I am going to be talking about. But before we get into that, I want to just talk about my week and the processes that I've been going through as far as my writing, because the goal of this podcast is to grow as a writer, right? To learn and to just share ideas about how we can be better writers and authors. So this week I feel like I need to be writing more. But as I look back at this week, I did not write much. I have a blog that I write on, and I blog once a week. And that's the only writing that I've done this week. And as I look into my other things, I realize that I actually have not been writing much. So that is a concern, and that's something that needs to change, because like I said, in this week, I've been feeling that I need to be writing more and more, and writing more every day, not just once in a week or twice a week, because that is actually quite a bad habit to have as a writer. So the goal is to always write more, and so that's my goal. So I will be updating you guys on how I'm doing and how my progress is going, and how I am improving. And I was listening to a podcast this week as well, and they were talking about scheduling when you are supposed to write, because the author was saying, the host was saying that you need to schedule time in your writing. And as I looked at that, I was thinking, yeah, that makes sense. And they were just saying that if you want to write more, you need to schedule, because there's so many things that you are doing that if you don't schedule it in, you just end up doing something else. So that is something that I need to be doing, and I'll probably start doing that from this week, just to schedule in my writing. And the goal is to be writing every day, even if it's 10 minutes or 20 minutes, but it's something I need to get writing every day. So how is your writing pattern as well? Do you write every day? Where do you get inspiration from? And like I said, this is the creative space, so this is where we share our ideas, and I would love to hear from you about that. Other news, I am just about done with my second book. So I've been writing my second book. I actually finished reading it through because my writing was done about 3 weeks ago, I think. So I've been editing. I've been going through my first edit right now. So I have finished reading it through. And after doing that, I realized that I need to add a few more points to the conclusion. So that is one more thing I need to do. And after I am done with that, then it's going to go to the editor. So I am really, really excited about that. At the moment, I don't have an official title for it, but I have a few options, so I am deciding between which option I should use, because again, a title can make or break your book. So I am really thinking about that one, and hopefully I will make that decision in the week to come. So you will be the first to know about it, and I will talk briefly about what the book is and the content of the book. So I am really pumped about that. And then the last bit of news and things that I got to do is I managed to get How to Market a Book by Ricardo Fayet, Overperform in a Crowded Market. And if you don't know Ricardo Fayet, he is one of the 4 founders of Reezy. Now, Reezy is a huge marketplace connecting authors to the world's top publishing talent. So if you need someone to edit your book, or if you need someone to do your book designs, whatever it is concerning books, Reezy is this huge company business that deals with all that. And on top of that, they've got free courses that you can do. And I've been doing a lot of those courses, and Reezy has helped me a lot up to date. So if you have not heard of Reezy, I would encourage you to go over there, sign up to their newsletter, and that's how you get access to a lot of these things, to their online courses, to just advice, and because as authors, we always need advice. So Reezy is an amazing resource for authors. So anyway, Ricardo's book is now available for free on Kindle, and if you'd like the hard copy, is on sale. You'll have to just go to the site. I'll link the description down below in the show notes. But like I said, I managed to get the book, and I was so excited because Ricardo, has been doing this for so long. He, as far as marketing a book, I think he's like one of the main guys that if there's ever anyone you should be listening to about how to market a book, he is the guy. So his book is available for free on Kindle, and I highly recommend you get a copy. And you know what? It's easy to get now. This is the thing, is that when I published my book last year, there were quite a few people, surprisingly, that did not have Kindle. So I thought, let me just give a few steps on how to get your Kindle so that you can download the book if you don't want to get a hard copy. And all you have to do is, first of all, you need to open an Amazon account, and it's free. So do that. Head over to Amazon, open your free account. And then after that, you can download the Kindle app. But anyway, after you open the account and download the app, you will need to go back to Amazon and search for his book, and then buy it, right? And buy the Kindle version, because that's the free one, and it'll automatically send your book to Kindle, and that is how easy it is. So you don't need to add your credit card details, whatever it is. Once you open your account and you buy the book on Amazon, if you have a Kindle app, it'll send the book directly to your app. So you see, that is very, very easy. So what are you waiting for? Go and get the book. And why I'm talking about Ricardo's book, because this episode is about some of the things that I am learning in the book, and I will be talking about what I got from his book so far, and as I read, I will continue talking about some things that I am learning, because like I said, marketing a book is one of those key things that as an author, we all need to learn. And there were so many takeaways, but I will only share a few of them. And actually, today I'm going to only share one thing, because it's huge and it's important. And then I think what I'll do is, when I'm done with the entire book, then I will do like a one review of the book, like what I thought after reading the whole book. Like, was it a great book? How were the points and all these things? And then I can rate it and all that. So look forward to that. But anyway, let's get into the book. And the one nugget that I got from it, I'm only on like chapter 3 or 4, but the first thing that I want to share is, he says, whether you are self-publishing or have a deal with a traditional publisher, the responsibility for marketing your book falls mainly on you. Marketing, just like writing or editing, is a skill. It is one you cannot afford not to learn. That is, if you hope to have any success at selling some copies. And I love this, because this is a big one for me. Because I remember when I published my book last year, I thought that by the mere fact of publishing on Amazon, that 80% of the work was done. And honestly, I thought I would have thousands of dollars in the bank, and I was wrong. And like a mentor of mine has rightly said, you cannot publish a book and just expect it to sell. That is a wrong kind of mindset, and it's not how it works these days. Like, there is so much work that needs to be done after you write your book, right? There is learning that needs to happen. For the past few months releasing my book, I've been learning, and that is what you will need to do. So just know that just by the mere fact of you just uploading your book to Amazon doesn't mean that your book is going to get any sales. And so you need to take the time to learn these principles of how to market your book and all the other things that come along with the book. All right. And the only hope of growing as an author, from my point of view, the only hope of growing as an author is by adopting an attitude of learning. Because like I said, once I published my book and opened my dashboard on Kindle, I realized and didn't get the sales I was thinking, and I was like, oh man, I realized that I needed to learn. So I just, like, for the past few months, I just went on this learning curve, just kept on reading and listening to podcasts and just kept on reading, like I said, and reading and learning because there is so much to learn as an author. But having an attitude of learning, to learn new things, will serve you well. And that's my encouragement to you, that as you're on this journey, have that attitude that, you know what, I am here. I want to learn, and because learning means growing, so don't shy away from that. And it's not a scary thing. And the other thing about that quote, about that statement that he made, that spoke to me, was that was about the responsibility factor. Meaning that whether you are self-publishing or going traditional, marketing is still your responsibility. I feel like that's an easier pill to swallow when you self-publish, because you are doing all the work anyway, right? You are trying to get people to read your book. You are doing everything, right? But and you aren't relying on someone else. But even in traditional publishing, where it's thought that the responsibility of marketing leans on your editor or your publisher, it still actually mainly falls on you, right? Because they do part of the marketing and advertising. But guess what? That work is still dependent on you as well. You still need to tell people about your book. And my mind has, so with all this, my mind has changed, and with all that I've been learning and all that I've been listening to. And that's why this book, for me, it resonates so deeply, because it just is confirming the things that I've been learning about, because my mind has changed about book marketing in the past few months. Because before, when I first started, I dreaded the notion in the beginning. But now I see the value of it. I want my work to get into as many hands as possible. And I mean, in the right hands. And marketing is what makes that possible. That is how I see marketing now. And saying no to marketing is saying you don't want people to read your work. The work that can help someone and make an impact in their life. And that's how someone that I was listening to described marketing, which I agree with 100%. I'll say that again. They say that saying no to marketing is saying you don't want people to read your work. The work that can help someone else and make an impact in their life. So, and that I have adopted that mindset, and I see the value of that. So I am doing the work of learning to market. It's not easy, but in the long run, the benefits are worth it. With all that, I think I will stop here. I will make sure that I will share from the book in the following episodes on things that I've learned. But like I said, I think this is one thing that is very key to an author, right? Is how to publish a book and why it's important, and that you don't need to be fearful of that word marketing, like a book, right? You don't have to be scared, and we can look at it in a different way. Our mindsets can be changed about that, and the sooner that can change, the better it is for us. So as you are on your writing journey, it's critical to get this piece right. Learning to market your book is so important to your success as an author. So as I've come to the end of the show, I would love to hear from you about this topic. And if you've bought your copy of Ricardo's book, please let me know either in the comment section or on my YouTube channel. Again, the links are all down below in the show notes, or on my Facebook page. I now have a Facebook page where you can go on, and if you just like to say hi, please go on there, and just say hi. I would love to hear from you and what you are learning from the book, and I also like to know what stood out to you in this episode. Please let me know. And remember to please share this podcast. Tell people about it. That will help me a lot. And if you like the show, let me know as well. My goal, and I would love to just connect with you. So for now, I will say goodbye, and I will see you in the next episode.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.